What's up, family? Today's 370, day 370 of trading. Your boy Swing Trader Tone here. Let's get to it. Let's see what's going on. Tell you what's going on straight from the doors. UNH went down crazy, about 60 or 70 points. We'll take a look at the charts in a minute. That being said, today's gain is negative $1,050.38. Total assets, $16,847.03. My options account went up 145 bucks. My shares account on the strength of that UNH for sure went down $1,195.38. And remember yesterday and probably the day before as well. We see this day's gain negative $1,050.38. And remember, I told you I'll be real careful with saying loss or gains or whatever because it's not an actual loss or a gain until you close out your position, which I actually closed out of one of my positions today for an actual $38, $39 gain. But we'll talk about that in a second. Let's take a look at the options. Um, Options feels like it should have went down today. Yeah, most of them were down. But trade desk, we have our 100 strike price went down $54 today. Our 80 strike price went down 25 bucks. Pfizer went up $135. Pfizer is going to be a monster too, man. Beyond went down 25 bucks and the AAP went up 114 bucks. I wish I had more bread to have bought more contracts of that too. That one's up almost 40%. Still has a long way to go. Long, long way to go. Um, but yeah, so those are my options. Now let's take a look at the shares. The shares are what got busy today, boy. So MetU went up $12.50 today, so up 5% overall on MetU. Moderna actually bought, so I closed out of my Microsoft leverage shares for the $38.63 profit. Remember, I think I had 10 shares. It gave me 38 bucks. And I put the money from that, the $38 plus, I think I bought in for like 300 or something like that. Long story short, I got 8 more shares of Moderna. And since it was at a lower price, I think I got it at maybe like 44 bucks. So I got 8 more shares of that. And instead of being down maybe like 15 or 20%, I'm down 7%. So I have $454.50 in that play, and that's going to go up. I'll show you the charts in a second. Tesla went down $73.80. Those 205 shares, they'll do what they do. And UNHG was the big loser today, dropped down. Well, let's take a look at the chart. Well, it dropped down um $7.33. That's my leverage bullish shares. UNHG went down $7, but UNH, the parent, went down about 60, $70 today, which is why this went down $7.33. So we're looking at negative 40%. It went down 1,900, not $1,099.50. Let's take a look. See right here, went down $68.94. Ooh, look at that. Gap down. Gap down overnight, maybe like 50 bucks, and then just kept going down, man. Jesus. Literally the opposite of what we expected it to do, but I wish I had more bread because I would go ahead and just buy, man, 50, 150 more shares. This is a perfect place to go ahead and buy some more. Originally paid $19.13 on it. It's down to 11.43. Super discount. If I could have got 150 more shares of that, this total gain would probably be down to like negative, shoot, man, probably like negative 25% and negative instead of negative 40%. And then this would have came down to total price paid about 15 bucks, which would mean that all I need to do is get UNHG back up to 15 to be in the profit, which would be like right around here, which is going to pop up. I mean, we know it's going to come back up to this 10 EMA. That's 13 right there. I mean, it's gonna hit our target regardless. It's just gonna take a little bit longer now. And like I said, I just wish I was able to buy more, man. If I had money for 150 more shares, that would be nice. It would be really nice because It is still going to go up. UNH is still going to go up and hit these upper targets. We're at a resistance right here. May even come down a little bit lower to 274, close the gap, then bounce back up. But what can you do, man? Can only play with the money that you got. I mean, be patient. As far as why I bought more Moderna, instead of putting that money into UNHG, I was like, let me get some Moderna because Moderna is actually at a nice resistance point. Boom. These are my weekly support and resistance, the green lines. Another little jewel for you, just for my YouTube watchers. I have the weekly resistance right here, came down, tapped it. Next stop is most likely 54, man. It'll probably bounce a little bit right here. That's an hour resistance, but not really tripping off of that. Boom. Next stop is going to be 54. Mark my words. You're going to see it in the next, I don't know, next couple of weeks up to 54, which that'll give me, a little $10 move. Unfortunately, I only have 10 shares, so maybe it goes up another $100 or whatever, but hey, a win is a win. I'll take that money. And Moderna is actually, I mean, that should run, man. If I have some more bread that comes in, I'll probably just get some more Moderna because it's actually gonna go, it's gonna go pretty high. But that being said, man, that's what happened today. Let's take a look at Meta and then Tesla. There's a 4-hour chart. Did get above 200 EMA, so stayed above here. That's a nice support. Maybe we run up to 722. Maybe we close the gap. Maybe we run up to 722. But all that being said, I am expecting the SPY to drop down crazy. Would love for it to hit this resistance up here in the 705. What's that? Seven? Yep. 704, 705, and then come on down. So I do want to be in that play, whether it's going to be SPXU or SPY puts. I do want to be in that play. So hopefully one of these guys will get to where it needs to get, either Tesla or MetU. You already know I'm kind of like holding out for MetU to double up. Tesla, the same thing, man. I want those to double. I just need more money, man. I need to go ahead and make more money. I'm not booked for any work. I get like a little $1,000 check coming up. Got to use that towards rent and cell phone bills and everything else while I'm here in Florida. But and I don't have anything booked until South by Southwest with South by Southwest. I got a gig. That's like March 13th, man. I mean, I need to come up with some bread. I would love to take advantage of some of these options, man. These shorter options. And I've been trying all day. I've been trying to look and see where could I just sell something, make some money. I'm not selling UNHG for that loss, especially when I know where it's going to go. 150 shares, 205 shares of Tesla. I'm not selling any of those because I know where it's going. Moderna, I could play with Moderna maybe, but yeah, I mean, Moderna is a good entry. Like I said, maybe I'll get out at 54 bucks when it gets to 54, make my little bread and maybe put like that little $600 somewhere. Maybe play with some short-term options. Um, my options account, there's nothing I could do. AAP still got a long way to go, so I'm not touching that. There's a nice profit, $1,000 to play with right there. But I mean, I'm after the big, I'm after, you know, 1,000% on that one, man. So I'm not messing around. Beyond, I could take the losses of Beyond, but shoot, man, they're shares, man. I mean, they're leaps. So just hold it. Pfizer, Pfizer's going to blow, and TTD. We already know TD. I already told y'all TTDs. Those are going to be another one of those thousand percents, 1,200%, man. So just gonna have to just hold on, man. Just gonna have to suck it up, hold on, and let it do what it do, man. What can you do? That's what happens when you don't have a regular 9 to 5 job where you could just throw money in there. Lesson. If you got a 9 to 5 job, keep your 9 to 5 job. Take some of that check, weekly or whatever, stash it into your brokerage account, Robinhood, wherever your E-Trade, your TD Ameritrade, whatever it is, just throw some in there so when the time comes to make a move, you can make a move. I mean, you should always have some reserves. Me, I don't have any reserves, so I can't make any moves. It is what it is. But yeah, man. As always, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them, and I'll get back to you. But once again, today's gain negative $1,050.38. Total assets is $16,847.03. All right. Keep you posted. Let you know what happens tomorrow. One love.